Hello and welcome to another installment of Pokemon Run and Bun. Now, when we were here last time, well, there we go. When we were here last time, Shell messed us up pretty bad, to the point that we pretty much only have these 6 Pokemon and one in the box. We have Houndoom in the box. We rolled for the Mauville Game Corner encounter and we got a Tauros. Godlike IVs except for attack, which is 1, which is unfortunate. But what we can do is we can get one more encounter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Rustboro City to get an encounter, since we did not get one before. We could also technically get encounters in Little Root, Petalburg, Route 115, and Route 117, but none of those will really help us. So I'm just going back to Rustboro because there's a high likelihood that we can get another ground type, and any ground types will help us here. So there should be a patch of grass somewhere over here. Right down here. We can't actually get there, and that counts as Route 104. But over here, this counts as Rustboro City. And in Rustboro City, we can get... There's basically a 10, 20, 25, 30% chance that we get a ground type. So 1 in 3. We can get a rock type in Rockruff. We can get another fire type in Growlithe. We could also get a Galarian Meowth or Togedemaru. Ideally, we would want to see a ground type, but they're not actually all level 90s. Something happened with the document. I think they're all like level 14s. So leading with Staraptor should be perfectly fine. I'm just going to check how many Pokeballs we have. We should be fine to go through here. We do need to turn off the repellent, and we'll see what we get. Just because the electric gym is very scary. Well, can I encounter something, please? Alright, that's a dupe. We already have Houndour, so we run. Alright, we got Phanpy. That's not great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on now. We used all our Pokeballs. 2, 3, 4. Caught in a dive ball. Great. Fantastic. Alright, we're gonna name this... what do we want to name this? I'm trying to think of a good name here. What do we want to name this? I like Irate, just because it took so many Pokeballs to get to get captured. But we got it. Now we have to go check its stats. It does have Ice Shard, which is nice. It's a priority move. Quirky is neutral. It has Cute Charm. We'll check its IVs. Okay, I mean 5 attack isn't great, but defenses are good, speed is good, HP is good. Overall, can't really complain. We're going to look at Phanpy now. We should be able to evolve it into Donphan. Alright, Phanpy does get Knockoff and Magnitude, if we want to do that. Evolves at level 25. Okay. So the issue is that if we want Magnitude, we would have to use both our rare candies. I don't think we really want to do that, because Magnitude is just a random roll. So we can let this evolve at level 25, because it'll get the same moves no matter what. It gets Knockoff, it gets Bulldoze, etc. Okay. I think we're free to level it up. Bring it into the party. We'll replace Vibrava, because I don't want to lose it. And then after this, we'll calculate a little bit, but we will need some more Pokeballs soon. "15 Bulldoze." Yep, we will learn that over Sand Attack, I suppose. Charm, yes. Over Growl. Slam, we don't want. Evolve into Donphan. Rapid Spin. I don't know if we want Rapid Spin. Does it raise speed is the question we have to check. Move changes. Alright, Rapid Spin. There's no change. So now I have to check if Rapid Spin is changed, or if Rapid Spin increases speed. Yeah, it raises your speed by 1 stage, and removes several trapping moves and stuff. So Rapid Spin is actually very useful here. I think we learn it over Rock Throw. Now we get Knockoff, which will be very good to have. I guess Rapid Spin isn't really necessary because we have Bulldoze to lower speed anyway. So I think we just learn Knockoff. Alright. So we have Donphan. We need to update our script. Donphan is Hidden Power Steel. Does not help us. Oh wait, did we get Battle Armor? If we did, that's fantastic. I didn't even check that. Because Battle Armor means no crit. Yeah. Heck yeah, that's really good. Alright. I think that was just random. Cute Charm. Yeah, it's just random. Between sturdier Battle Armor. So we got the better one, we got Battle Armor, which is fantastic. We have Bulldoze, we have Knockoff, we have Ice Shard. This is a pretty good Pokemon. Okay, so now we can plan for, not Watson, the first trainer is Guitarist Kirk in the gym. And he starts with a Pincurchin that sets up electric terrain for the whole battle. So if we start with Donphan against Pincurchin, if we give it the soft sand, I don't think it can take it out in one hit. There we go. Yeah, not even close. Citrus Berry, we could knock off its Citrus Berry. Liquidation doesn't do a lot of damage, but if we do Nidoking with Muscle, let's try Soft Sand first. Where is it? Soft Sand. Drill Run would do it, I think. So we replace Double Kick with Drill Run. We would have to level up twice. Yeah, Soft Sand Drill Run can do it, or maybe Earth Power. Earth Power with Soft Sand. Alright, so Earth Power Soft Sand always takes out the Pincurchin. We're always faster, we always take it out. So we start Nidoqueen. That should bring in Driftblim. Slower, and we outdamage it, because we still have Bite on Nidoqueen. Faster, but we one-shot it. So I think it's just Team Order, or maybe it's Raichu with Psyshock because it's faster and it sees. It doesn't have Levitate though, so I'm not really sure what comes in next. Okay. What does Driftblim have? Thunderbolt, Acrobatics. Unburden is active. Electric Seed. Not sure what Electric Seed does. I think it raises defense or something. Boosts defense, yeah. So this Driftblim will be at +1 defense when it comes out. If we bring Houndoom in against this. Unfortunately, Black Glasses is not enough for Dark Pulse to kill. Black Glasses barely doesn't do it, which is really unfortunate. And we're slower. Yeah, unfortunately we lost our rock type. Donphan can kind of handle this though. Knockoff will be double. Well, no, it won't. Okay. Strength Sap is really bad though. This is also good against the Toxtricity, but not the Raichu. I mean, kinda. I think we just bring... We bring Lantern, Nidoking, Donphan, Tauros does pretty good here. We did not keep a dark move on Tauros. We got rid of Pursuit. So Tauros would only really be useful against maybe Toxtricity or Raichu, maybe. And then Houndoom. I think we just bring Houndoom and not Staraptor. Probably just Tauros to have a normal type to switch into Hex if we need it. Okay. No one here has knockoff, so I think we're fine. I think we give Houndoom the black glasses just for extra damage. And then everyone else gets, like, Oran berries. This will never get a chance to set up toxic spikes, so we're fine there. Yeah. Alright, so soft sand and black glasses. And we put Staraptor in the box. Bring Houndoom out for the Drifblim. Alright, where's the soft sand? There it is. We give the black glasses. Everyone else gets Oran berries. I guess we should have kept Pursuit over Revenge, but it doesn't really matter. We should be completely fine. Okay, we have to get back to Mauville. I forgot to turn the repellent back on. We can go down here and we can get items. 26 citrus berries. I don't think that's great. I'm not sure how many you can get. Alright, we now have person berries to prevent confusion, which is good. I don't think we really need to worry about it here, except for maybe Signal Beam on Raichu, but who are we using on Raichu? Not Nidoking or Nidoqueen. What about Lantern, maybe? Should never be Signal Beam on Lantern. It has a Lumberry. If we put Wise Glasses on Lantern, it doesn't quite do 2 shots with Signal Beam, so I think we're fine just to go in. Make sure we're leading Nidoqueen. Alright, first trainer in the Electric Gym. Let's see how this goes. Earth Power always kills. Toxtricity. Okay. Not really sure why this came out. It really doesn't make sense, except that it's faster, but Crit Hyper Voice never kills. We always kill with Earth Power, so really weird to me. We just click Earth Power, we should be fine. Yep. There's Raichu. Now it should always be Surf. We are at 72 HP. 72 versus Raichu. It's always Psyshock, actually. Psyshock always kills. So we can go into Houndoom here. And Crunch always kills, and we don't outspeed, actually. So Surf Crit can kill us. Okay. So we go into Houndoom to take the what should always be Psyshock. Hopefully it's not Surf. Yep, there's Psyshock. Now it's always Surf. So we go into Delight. And we just... Signal Beam is the most damage. Yeah. So we Signal Beam. We're slower, it's fine. Crit can kill, I think, from here. We're at 76. We already used our berry. Psyshock Crit. Never... Psyshock Crit can kill. And it's always using Psyshock. We just did 42%. Okay. I think we just switch... Should always be Psyshock. Let's just check one more time. We are at 76 HP. It says that it's always Psyshock. We did 42%, so it's at 57%. Should always be Psyshock. So we switch back into Quiet. Crunch always kill... I forgot we were slower, so we just risked a crit there. Okay, this is 34. No Electric Seed, +1 defense. It's 50-50 between Thunderbolt and Acrobatics, which is not great. I think we go to Donphan here. Yeah. Hopefully we switch into a Thunder... Well. Good. Now, it is faster. We're at full HP. It's always Hex. We could start switch chaining. But... it can't crit us. If we switch back and forth, to Tauros, then it's always acrobatics. So there's really no point, because we can't do any damage with Tauros. This is why we should have brought Staravia, because then it'd always bait Thunderbolt, and we could reduce the Hex PP down to 0, and then... yeah. I think we just have to do... knockoff is most damage. Yeah. We can't switch into Houndoom because it's faster, so we just knock off, I think. There's Hex. It never crits. We are at 77. Still always Hex. We just keep going. $45 HP. It might be acrobatics now. Still always Hex, it says. It is at like 45 HP though. So now it's either Hex or Strength Sap. It's below 30%. It's at like 25%. So it's highly likely to do Strength Sap, which I have to check and make sure. Okay. Yeah. Ice Shard probably never kills. I don't think it's below 21%. Target's attack stat. So we heal, it would heal 75. Damn, okay. I think we switch in Lantern here, maybe, if we can. This is really unfortunate because it's going to regain a lot of HP. I think we have to switch. There's Hex. We're at 42. Okay, it's most likely to be Hex. Hex crit always kills, but we just have to go for it with Discharge, I think. Good luck. Don't do it. Okay. Driftblim down. What comes in next? This is only 2 Pokemon, by the way. Oh, or not. Guess it was the last one. Perfect. Didn't even realize. I just lost track. Okay, actually, I forgot that we can go over here. We just have to be careful because there's a trainer over here somewhere. Not him, he teaches moves. I think that man is a trainer. There's a heart scale, though. Alright, so we have 1 heart scale. And this guy teaches moves. Yeah. So these are all the moves he teaches. We've already got Poison Jab on Nidoking. But he has Brick Break, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Shadow Punch. None of which I think particularly help us in the Electric Gym. Let's see. Next trainer is Battle Girl Vivian with a Tail Glow Volbeat. Flame Burst doesn't quite do it. Even with Wise Glasses, I would assume. Yeah. It's close, but no cigar. But Bug Buzz actually doesn't do that much in return. Prankster. So it could Tail Glow, it could Baton Pass. That'd be really scary. It does have a Focus Sash. If we take it out, what comes in next? Probably Jolteon. Faster and out damages with Thunderbolt. Slower. Faster and out damages with low kick. 52% versus 54. It might just be Team Order. Faster, but gets out damaged. So it's between either Zebstrika or Jolteon. I assume probably Jolteon. Using either... we would be at like 60-something%. So... 70... 65... We would almost be at 65% from Bug Buzz. Technically 67% with high roll. With crit, it would be 49, but... ...50-50 between Thunderbolt or Sing. We could maybe get away with, like, I think we would go to Nidoking, maybe. And then it's always using Magnet Rise, though. But we always do at least 50% with Poison Jab. So we could do that. Into Thunderbolt or Sing. Chesto Berry in case it used Sing. It's pretty much always using Magnet Rise, and then we Poison Jab twice for the kill. That will bring in Oricorio's faster, but gets out damaged. Zebstrika is faster, but gets out damaged. And then Galvantula is faster, but gets out damaged. So, Team Order, I assume. So it would be Oricorio with either Air Slash or Teeter Dance. So we could switch to maybe Tauros with a Persimberry. With Silk Scarf, probably not. Yeah, Silk Scarf unfortunately does not make Stomp a 2-shot, and Takedown is risky. Could hope for some Stomp flinches, but Revelation Dance crits are scary. Does it have... It has a Lumberry. What about... Donphan? Not quite. We do outspeed, but if we're switching into an Air Slash, that's not great. Tauros takes it much better. 37% versus 45. Okay. Yeah. I don't think, like, Brick Break or anything would help anything here. We already have Poison Jab. If we give Nidoqueen Poison Jab, that'd be nice. Modest really hurts her attack, huh? Look at that. Literally. Minimum attack Nidoqueen, 0 attack IVs, modest nature. Literally the lowest attack it could possibly be. The elemental punches could be good, though. Like Ice Punch for the Oricorio, maybe. Instead of, like, Double Kick. Because if we do Ice Punch over, like, Bug Bite, but then we have to run all the way back. We don't really need Double Kick for anything. I'm just checking. Yeah, I think we just unlearn Double Kick and we learn Ice Punch on Nidoking, because we can always unlearn it. Only problem is he's slower than this Oricorio, but I think we can kind of handle it. So can Lantern. But we can teach Nidoking Ice Punch. He should be able to, yeah. Over Double Kick. Alright, check our team. We have everyone we need. Alright. So against the lead Volbeat, could do Houndoom lead. Firefang maybe would be better. Not really. Just do 2 Flame Bursts. We could do... Poison... Poison Barb Nidoking. Where is it? Poison Barb. I mean, it's pretty much always 60-40, but if we lead Houndoom, it says Bug Buzz is guaranteed. There's AI for using stat raising moves, but I think we just lead with Houndoom. And then we give Oranberry. Okay, so we do this. Should bring in Jolteon next. And then Nidoking with... No, we need Chestoberry on Nidoking. Alright, so Chestoberry on Nidoking. So... we would need a... just go Oranberry on Nidoqueen. Chestoberry, Nidoking, Oranberry, Nidoqueen. Oranberry, Houndoom. Persimberry, Lantern. And Persimberry, Donphan. So Oran... Oran, Persim. No, Oran, Chesto. Alright, so Oranberry. Oranberry. Chestoberry. Could also do Citrus, but... and then Persimberry. Persimberry. And Tauros. Oranberry. Alright, this should be fine. Alright, there's Volbeat. We Flame Burst. It always survives because of Focus Sash. Crit does not matter. Just use Bug Buzz, please. Excellent. Flame Burst again. There's Jolteon. We are at 70 HP. It's either Thunderbolt or Sing, so we switch in Nidoking, who has a held Chestoberry. There's Sing, that's fine. It should always be using Magnet Rise. Yep. There's Poison Jab. Okay. So we are at 108. We're at full HP against this, which has Magnet Risen. So now it's 50-50 between Hyper Voice or Sing. We hope for Hyper Voice, because we're just slower. Excellent. There's Oricorio. We're at 76. It's either Air Slash or Teeter Dance, and it is faster. We do have Ice Punch, which is highest damage. Ice Punch. We hope for no Air Slash Flinch or no Teeter Dance self-hit. Well, I think we stay in for a turn. Or we could just switch, because it's 60-40. Go to like Dawn Fan, but I think we go to Dawn Fan here. Let's stay in for a turn, I believe. There's Air Slash. No flinch, no crit. Excellent. It got frozen! Oh, Lumberry. Darn. Alright, we're at 39 HP against Oricorio. Now it's still just random between Air Slash or Teeter Dance. We do have to switch now. So now we just did, how much with Ice Punch? At least 50%. Yeah, we did, like, 57%, let's say. So it's at about 42. So 2 Ice Shards will kill. So we switch in Dawn Fan. Could be Teeter Dance. Yeah, there we go. That's why we had the person. We Ice Shard here. Just make this easy and crit. No, no luck. It used Roost. That's fine. We just Ice Shard again. Air Slash. Perfect. Another Ice Shard takes it out. There's Galvantula. We're at 69 HP. It's probably always Giga Drain. Yeah, it's always Giga Drain. Thankfully not HP Ice. We are slower. Okay. Who do we want to switch to here? Damn. Houndoom isn't faster. What health's Houndoom at? 70? Okay. So Giga Drain would be 15%. So that would take us to 55%. And then only Thunderbolt crit would kill. Unless it gets a Giga Drain crit. Let's do it. I believe. We could also just switch out into Delight or something. Giga Drain. Want to see no Giga Drain crit. Unnerve, that's fine. Alright, yep. So it high rolled. We're at 55 HP. which is exactly 15%. We are slower, but it's always Thunderbolt. So the question is, do we switch to like Nidoqueen here? I think the answer is yes. Because we're risking 2 crits then. But it's safer. Because Thunderbolt can also paralyze. So we just switch to Nidoqueen or Delight. Whoever does better. Nidoqueen definitely does better. Should always be Thunderbolt. There we go. Either Sludge Bomb or Earth Power. Doesn't really matter what we use here. We'll use Earth Power. There's Hidden Power. No crit, please. Okay. I think we're safe. Does it have a Citrus? No. Alright, I'm just gonna check that we're safe. 78 HP. Hidden Power Ice. Yeah, we're safe. Another Earth Power takes it out. -1 Orin. Here comes Zebstrika. We're at 30. Always going for Flamethrower. But Flamethrower crit can kill. So we either risk the crit or we go to Lantern. I think we just go to Lantern. No need to risk the critical hit. And then Bubble Beam is highest damage. We have Persim for Signal Beam, I think. I think we're completely safe to 1v1 it with Lantern, pretty much. I'm just going through slowly, just in case. So far, Signal Beam has not gotten a confusion. Yeah, I think it goes down here. Alright, there's Zebstrika. And we defeated Battle Girl Vivian, I think was her name. -1 Oranberry, completely fine. Okay, next up is Youngster Ben. Starts with a Porygon with Eviolite with the download ability. Okay. Raises attack if the opponent's defense is lower than its special defense. Raises special attack if special defense is lower than or equal to defense. Okay. So we want something with lower defense to go in first. Okay. Everything I have is super defensive. Here we go. Okay. So Lantern's defense is lower than its special defense. So it'll give it an attack boost. We can kind of 1v1 this Porygon with Lantern. give it a citrus berry, maybe. We could get Ice Beam frozen, which is really unfortunate. Do we give it Wise Glasses? Just to make it a 4-hit KO? Not even that. It has Recover, so we could do that. It'd be very slow going. There'd be a lot of chances for Ice Beam Freeze. Everything else has super high defense. Except... No, Nido Kings is higher. Nido Queens is higher. Houndoom's is lower, so we could lead Houndoom. Houndoom is faster. So we could lead Houndoom with, like, Dark Glasses. No, we would need a Cherry Berry. Alright, so we lead Houndoom with a Cherry Berry to prevent Thunder Wave once, and then Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse could flinch, and then we can go from there. So, assuming it is a 3-hit, guaranteed. So 1, Thunder Wave, 2. So we do 34%, which takes it to 65%. Okay, 65% is like 62 HP. And then it can start doing randomly like Discharge or Recover. So it's just kind of random on when we would need to switch, if at all. But assuming we get lucky, and we get like a flinch or something, then if we are paralyzed though, I think we switch to Lantern and start chipping away with Discharge and like Wise Glasses. So assuming we defeat it with Lantern, what comes in next? Rotom. Rotom does Hex, but it's outdamaged by Bubble Beam, strangely enough. Faster but outdamaged. Slower, but sees that it kills us. Faster, but sees that we outdamage it. I'm not really sure what comes in, but everything here doesn't really have any status. One of them has Will-O-Wisp and Levitate. So we would need Donphan here with a Rostberry. So Donphan with Rostberry. Houndoom with Cherry Berry. We do want to kind of never bait Explosion, which is kind of hard to do. So if we defeat it with Lantern, the lead Porygon, I think it is... I have to look at the AI document again. Okay. Okay. Faster and deals more damage than it takes. Slower and deals more damage than it takes. Okay. So if it slowers and one-shots it, is the highest score. So faster is just +1. So +4 should be attributed to Golem. And it should always be using Earthquake, never Explosion. Let's assume we've taken like 3 Ice Beams, so 33% plus 2% is like 35%, so we'd be at 65%. Should always be Earthquake, never Explosion. There might be special AI for Explosion, unfortunately, but nothing we can really do about that. Just kind of have to hope. But there's also another issue. We have to switch something in to the Earthquake. So if we go like Tauros, Earthquake crit, never kills, we would need Stomping Tantrum to take this out, I think. If we can even do that. Stomping Tantrum wouldn't even do it. We'd have to go like Nidoking or Nidoqueen. We'd have to go Nidoqueen on an literally Nidoqueen on an Earthquake and hope that it does not crit us. Or we could bring in Staravia. And then Staravia is at full HP. It should always be Body Slam and never Explosion. Body Slam is turned into an electric type move because of Galvanize. I have to check the move AI for... Here we go. For Explosion. To see what the increased number is for the likelihood of Explosion. Okay, hopefully it'll let me find it. There we go. Okay. There are a few specific damaging moves that don't have their damage rolled and are never considered the highest damaging move. Explosion is one of them. Okay. So it should never be Explosion according to my understanding of the AI. Because we are faster, but never kill, and it's slower and always kills with Body Slam. So then... So we replace Tauros with Staraptor. We bring in Staraptor on the Earthquake. Should always be Earthquake against Lantern. We switch to Staraptor, and then we switch to Nidoqueen on the Galvanized Body Slam, and then we outspeed and we kill with Earth Power always. And then that brings in... Rotom is faster, but we outdamage it. So that's +1. Electrode is faster, but we outdamage it, so that's +1. And then Pikachu is faster. And it outdamages us. So I think Pikachu comes in for Surf next. So Surf crit can kill. So we would have to switch in, like, Lantern or something to help deal with it. Maybe. Depends on what health we're at. I think we would just need, like, Wise Glasses. I think we're doing that anyway. And then who's helping with the Rotom? Donphan, right? Donphan needs a Rostberry for Will-O-Wisp. It's either Hex or Will-O-Wisp, so... Knockoff plus Ice Shard always kills. Alright, I think we've got this. We don't really need the Soft Sand anywhere. Because... we do enough damage without it. -1 speed, still faster. I think we just give Oran Berries to everyone except Donphan. Staraptor is just here for a switch. Nidoqueen, we give an Oran Berry, I assume. She could also help against Rotom, I guess, but if we need to, we could switch to her, so we give her a Rostberry as well. So, Oranberry, Rostberry, Rostberry, Rostberry. No, we want Wise Glasses on Lantern, and then Cherry Berry. Okay, so Cherry Berry for Houndoom. We need to get Staraptor out of the box. We could also bring Vibrava, but if we do that... That's just better. Actually, like, it should never be Explosion, it should always be Fire Punch. Unless... Okay, they have AI that's listed later. So I'm looking for special AI for Explosion, just in case. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. So it has a static +7. Or a +0. So it should never be Explosion. It should always be Fire Punch. So we just bring Vibrava instead on the Earthquake and give it a Rostberry for Fire Punch Burn. Okay. Tauros is out. Lots of Rostberries going around here. Did we want black glasses? No, we wanted the Cherry Berry. Alright. So Cherry Berry on Houndoom. Rostberry on Nidoqueen. Rostberry on Nidoking. I think it's Rostberry on everybody except one that I forget who. Alright, so... I don't really remember who didn't have a Rostberry. I guess Nidoking. And if Electrode comes out last, it never goes boom. We're never using it against Pikachu, so... This is annoying, though. Oh, right. Okay. I did not see that. So we're actually, like, completely safe, because Galvanize turns both explosions into electric-type moves, so we don't even have to worry about it, ever. We have 4 ground types, like, and 1 with Volt Absorb, so we are completely fine. It really doesn't matter. I think we just give everyone Rost Berries for burn, and then Cherry Berry on Quiet. Okay. This should be fine. Youngster Ben should be right here. Yep. And once again, making sure defense is lower than special defense. Should always raise its attack. So we just Dark Pulse for highest damage. Alright. I didn't actually see what got raised, but it should be attack. Let's just get a flinch, make this easy. There's Thunderwave. -1 Cherry Berry. We Dark Pulse again. Just get the flinch, please. Nope. Okay, so we are now paralyzed. So now it's always discharge. It says it's always discharge. So discharge crit never kills. But it is at whatever HP. It's at, we've done 68%. So it's at 32%. So it can recover here. It's actually very, very likely to recover. So... aw, damn, I didn't get Brick Break. I'm so stupid. Nidoqueen is Double Kick, but, like, Brick Break would be so much better. I can't believe I forgot about that. I think we just stay in for one turn. Hope that we don't get fully paralyzed. Alright, I think we go again. Okay. It's at 50%. So it's at like... It's still really likely to recover. It's either recover or... Well, we are paralyzed. So now it can be discharge. It's used 2 recovers. So it has 3 left. I think we just switch. Okay, that's perfect. Bubble Beam discharges highest damage. There's recover number 3. Recover number 4. Recover number 5. Alright. 6. There we go. Here's Golem with Earthquake. So Delight is at 90. Yep. So this should always be Earthquake. So we switch to Vibrava here. Yep, and now we use Dig. We have Levitate, so Earthquake should always miss even when we're underground. Which is kind of stupid, but works for us. Fire Punch, yep. And we have Rost for the burn. Alright, we're good. There we go. Here comes Pikachu. I'm guessing Surf is coming. We're at what, 62 HP? Yes. So Pikachu came in. Iron Tail, it sees as highest damage. So we can switch to maybe Donphan. Nope. Nidoqueen. 33 plus 58 is 90 something. We can't do it. Iron Tail. We can switch to Lantern. Yeah, I think that's the play. Could also switch to Houndoom. Houndoom is at full HP, but paralyzed. So it's always Volt Tackle. But we will take 35% from Iron Tail. So we'll be at 65%. And now it's 50-50 between Volt Tackle or Surf, which is fine by me. Let's assume we take 53%, so we're at 47. Then it's random, unfortunately, but I think we switch to... Iron Tail, hopefully no crit, no defense drop. Alright, so we are at 67. So it was middle of the road. Now it's either Volt Tackle or Surf, so we're free to switch in Lantern. Hopefully Volt Tackle, I would love to see. Please be Volt Tackle. Darn. Alright, we're at 71. So now it's always Extreme Speed, and Extreme Speed crit can kill us. So we have to Bubble Beam for damage. Don't do it. It might be random move now. We got the speed drop. Doesn't matter though. We're at 19 HP. So it's always using extreme speed. So now we can switch to like not Donphan, but like Nidoqueen, and anything kills. We just Earth Power. Alright, here's Rotom. We are at 50 HP. Either Hex or Will-O-Wisp. Hex crit can kill. We are slower. What is Houndoom at? 67, but we're paralyzed. Yeah. Okay. If we go to Donphan... Yeah, that's the play. Don't need to risk the crit. Hex will still hurt, but... Alright, that's a little unfortunate. Okay. Knockoff does a lot of damage. Excellent, crit. Here's Electrode. It came out last, so it never booms. Even if it did, we're completely safe. It's always HP Grass, which we're always safe because of Battle Armor. We just Bulldoze here. Bulldoze and plus Ice Shard. Excellent. Youngster Ben is defeated. Next, I believe, is a double battle, which is fun. It's not fun. Okay, we have Plusle and I assume Plusle and Mine in lead. From guitarist Sean and Angelo. Yeah. Definitely seems like that's what's gonna happen. Okay. I think we want to bring Staraptor here to bait all the electric moves into one side on turn 1. So this will be doubles. We kind of need Houndoom for the Kling Klang. Do we? Not really. Let's just bring all our ground types and Staravia. So far, Tauros has done nothing. So it might have been a mistake to get it. Donphan so far has been good, though. Okay, so I'm assuming it's Plusle, Mine, and Lead. So we've got Plusle, and then Minen with Electric Terrain, or Terrain Extender. Why is there a Terrain Extender if there's no... Okay, so it wants to set up Electric Terrain, or something, turn 1. Where's Staravia? Okay. So Staravia is slower. Or, I keep calling it Staravia. So if I start with Staraptor, and then use, like, Bulldoze... Doesn't quite do it, huh? 52%. And I'm slower. 59%. If I do Nidoqueen Soft Sand, wow. Hidden Power, or Earth Power does nothing here. That's strange. Alright. If we do Soft Sand, Bulldoze does good damage. And if we lead Staravia, they should always be using Thunderbolt into that slot, because they both outspeed and one-shot with Thunderbolt. And then we just switch into a ground type. We switch into Vibrava, which has Levitate, to take the Thunderbolts, and then it should be probably like Helping Hand or Electric Terrain, and then Hidden Power Ice into Vibrava. Which should then -1 speed. We're just faster, so it should be like completely fine. Dedenne comes in. Dazzling Gleam. Maybe Muscle Band would be better. Where is it? Yeah, we put Muscle Band on Nidoking, and that way Bulldoze still does damage, lowers speed, etc. And then we've got Kling Klang in here, but Steel Beam is scary. If Terrain is already set up, then it's always using Steel Beam. So we do have to be very careful about this Kling Klang. It's pretty fast is the problem. How much do you take? Damn, Steel Beam is really scary here. Even with no crits, it can just take people out. Maybe we would want Brick Break here. Because Bulldoze does good damage with Muscle Band. Not Mystery Berry. Bulldoze does barely 50%. If we have Brick Break... It doesn't do more, but it's good to have. Not really necessary, I guess. About Lantern. Lantern does really well against this, actually. And with Discharge, even. We can just have, like, Wise Glasses. And... But it's never being attacked is the problem. It'll always be Steel Beam into the other slot, so we're kind of just risking... Even with Wise Glasses, it's not a guaranteed kill. Who would we want to risk? It's either Nidoking or Nidoqueen. It's literally just a matter of probably risking Nidoqueen. I think that's the play. Earth Power with Soft Sand we would need anyway. Put Soft Sand on her. Alright, Muscle Band on Nidoking, Soft Sand on Nidoqueen. Houndoom is not coming to this. Alright, we take the item. So we give the Muscle Band here. We give the Soft Sand here. No item on Staraptor because it's not doing anything. Do any hidden powers help here? Nidoking has hidden power fighting, not really necessary. Hidden power rock, ice, steel. Vibrava hidden power ground. Let's check Vibrava. Its attack is just way higher. Is it adamant? Yeah. So there's no reason to we just give everyone else Oran berries, I think, or citrus. Let's check one more time. This is pretty much never staying in against anything other than the Plusle and Minun. Muscle Band, yeah. We're slower. Hidden Power Ice, yeah, like... Okay. Shuckaberry, we do need to check. I think we're okay. Even through the Shuckaberry, we do 50% even without the Muscle Band. Okay. I'm guessing it's Plusle and mine in lead. I could... Yeah. That's fine. Okay. We just give... a citrus berry to Lantern. Yeah. And a oranberry to... Oh, crap. Irate. Alright. We should be good to go. Just gonna make sure. Muscle Band, no item. Soft Sand, Citrus, Oran, no item. Okay. Double battle time. Was all this calced as doubles? Nope. Great. I don't think it really matters. It may. Yeah. Because now Bulldoze is a spread move. Crap. Okay, I don't think it really matters. Because we're going to be switching between Vibrava and Lantern anyway. So we just... Shook a berry. We could eat the berry. No, we need to reduce their speed. We would kill Minun before Plusle because of the Shookaberry. So if we eat the Shookaberry, we do 34%. And then we do 73%. So we would kill with 2, and then you're still up. Okay. We wanted to kill them at the same time. It doesn't really matter, I think, but we don't want Minun up. So we could just keep Plusle up, I think. And whatever comes out we'll be fine with, because Minun is the more dangerous one because of Helping Hand and stuff, so... And then Bulldoze does 36%. And then 73. So we probably just take them out anyway, I think. We'll see. Should be fine. Okay. Yeah, we have to activate the panel. There we go. Okay. Last battle before Watson. We're gonna save. Here we go. Yep, there's Plusle and Minun. Intimidate does not matter. We just Bulldoze here. We switch Might out into Vibrava. Because Might should always be baiting Thunderbolt from Plusle and Thunderbolt from Minun. Maybe Electroweb, but either way, it does not matter. Let's hope this works. That's good. Excellent. There's the Shookaberry, should not matter. if we crit Minen, it could be a problem. Okay. So now it should always be, because Vibrava's in, Plusle always sees Hidden Power Ice into Vibrava, and Minen always sees probably Helping Hand or Electric Terrain. So we switch. Okay, yeah, this is an issue because we don't want to switch in Delight on a Bulldoze. Okay. But they are slower. So Plusle, what is Nidoking's speed? 75? Yeah, they're both slower. Plusle, Minen is slower, and Plusle is slower. So we just stay in and click Bulldoze. Vibrava, we just Dragon Breath the Plusle. No, we Rock Slide. Yeah, there we go. Should take out Plusle. Excellent. Minen goes down as well. Critical hit did not matter. Income, Kling Klang, and Dedenne. So it's always going to be Dazzling Gleam from Dedenne and Steel Beam from Kling Klang. Alright. So Dedenne is in. So it should always be Dazzling Gleam into Vibrava, because it's faster and sees a one-shot. And it should always be Steel Beam, because it's faster and sees a one-shot. So we switch in Lantern here, who's going to take a Steel Beam and a Dazzling Gleam, both of which it takes fairly well. And then Nidoking should be free to not Bulldoze, but just Poison Jab the Dedenne. I guess this is why Brick Break would be better, but okay. So we Poison Jab Dedenne, and we switch in Lantern. There's Dazzling Gleam. Steel Beam into Vehemence would kill it, so don't do that, please. Okay, that's good. There's Focus Sash. Okay. Vehemence is at 87. Okay. And Lantern is at 71. Okay. We have to switch something into a Steel Beam here. Steel Beam is a special move, right? Yep. It can miss, I suppose, but it's really, really powerful. How about you? Nope. Anything we switch in here dies. Okay. And it's always Grass Knot or Dazzling Gleam. I think we discharge here. Yeah. We discharge and we're at 57. No, we're at 87. Okay. We have to sack something here. It's always Steel Beam plus Dazzling Gleam, and nothing survives that combo unless it misses. Maybe we should have brought Houndoom, but it's too late now. We want to keep the Battle Armor Pokemon alive. Vibrava is an excellent delay. Staraptor is a flying type. I think it's just sack Nidoking, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Nidoking or Nidoqueen? I really don't know what the correct choice is. 85%. Nidoqueen can technically survive from full HP. Because 18% plus 85% is... No. 95... 18 plus 85 is 95... No. We can technically survive, but... It'll be close. Good luck, Nidoqueen. Goodbye. I think that was too much damage. Yep. Grass Knot. Yeah. So could we have survived? 11%. No. I think we made the right choice. Alright. So we did sacrifice Nidoqueen. If I had planned it better, we might have been able to avoid that, but it is what it is. Now, all that's left is the fight with Watson. But that, I know, is going to take a long time to plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to save. And we are going to end the stream here for today. If you liked the stream, leave a like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you for joining, and I will see you all in the next installment. Thanks for watching.